Oh, finally. It was like not going, and I'm like thinking, oh, of course. Of course, the things that I'm saying in my are not going to be appreciated. I don't like that. I had a cup of coffee. It's all right. Nobody's perfect. So if you've read my little blurb, then you know that I'm going to be saying some pretty out of the ordinary things according to mainstream media. And I'm exercising my right to do that. You guys, what are we doing? This situation's gotten seriously out of control. I think we all need to go to the United Nations and find out how to become activists, if that protects us at all. This doesn't have any, it doesn't have any sanity behind it, to put it simple. I guess that's all I could say is it doesn't have any sanity behind it. Hey, Alexandria, my beloved covenant. I got you this. I can't wait to give it to you. It's this beautiful pink, shall we call it a diamond? But it's for you. I can't wait to see you and hug you and hold you. And you know how moms let babies know that it's going to be okay? That's what I'm looking forward to having a feeling with you about. Once you're in my arms again, that's when I know things are going to be okay, at least as far as I'm concerned. And you know what's so violent about this? What's so, I mean, you know, how, where do I begin? Is the fact that this type of mentality going on, which they're talking about, you know, these left and right, I don't like those words. Oh, hey guys, hey lefts, let's just write that one down. For, you know, you guys are trying to like turn everything into insanity. Why don't you guys spend some time and resources on fighting for left-handers and right-handers? Don't you think it's about time they stop leaning to the right? Boom! That's hilarious. Because I'm a left-handed person, and I don't like it when everyone's so like, you know, discriminatory, like the right hand of God or like the right hand. Why do you guys have to discriminate against left hand, huh? Why don't you guys waste some resources fighting for that? That's hilarious. You heard? You know what I'm saying. They, the herd. Another little double entendre. I love that word. Okay, just thought I'd write that down. You know, because while I'm an activist, I might as well stand up for something like children. Here's the deal. Okay? They've made words spell salad. And they're highly vegetarian. You know what I'm saying? They got every vegetable up in there. In their little spell salads. So I'm going to divert from words, seeing as how, oh my God, might as well say it because this is just time. How many languages are there? Have you seen the keyboard? The keyboard options, meaning like, did you know how many beautiful languages there are on this earth? Have you looked? To be honest, I really don't like English very much. It's kind of boring. It's totally boring. Not very creative at all. Anyhow, I don't know if I trust Google anymore since I can't ask it any question and it has any sanity when it answers me. But based on what it says, is 7,100 languages. Well, that's a lot. Speaking about statistics, right, like 1 out of 7,100. You know, they want to rule the world and run our lives, take away culture, take away sanity. You guys, if, hey, anyone out there that's part of law enforcement, part of an investigatory division, bureau, if you will. Bureau is a better word. You guys, come on. Hey, wake up, wake up. Remember your training. Don't you know how to recognize a riskful situation? One where the people you work for, in fact, look like they've been taken over by demons, truth be told. Something got up in there and making them all act insane. You're doing your job, right? You do want to do your job, don't you? Well, let's hope. Let's hope you want to do your job. Well, go on there. Go on now. Get out of here. And go get them. What's that? Your bosses, the ones you work for, the ones who've been taken over by demons. You need to help them. They need to be exorcised of that or something. But we're not falling for it. Look, how do you want to know? Because we're not going to go with word salads. Spell salads, that is. We'll check the frequency of that. Take a look. Well, we're going to have double-blinded verification of science, just so you guys know. You're not allowed to just throw out your little expert bullshit. No. The whole purpose of science is like that double-blinded study, which requires at the starting line, one of you and one of us. Office of the Omitary Auditory right here. Vying for the office of the Omitary Auditory. What's that? Oh, the office that we're going to have to like invest some resources in. We'll just divert some of those studies money and we'll install an office of the Omitary Auditory in every court. It's the QC department. So everything that comes off a judge's desk has to pass a QC, second set of eyes, and an artificial intelligence evaluation. Well, yeah, that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? To look for the things that have been omitted, misrepresented, under qualified, under verified, standard stuff. We're going to fix that legal system. That's rational, and that's rational. Yeah, I love rational. So 71 languages. That was just a little side note because I just think that that's hilarious. 71 languages. There's so many beautiful languages. So yeah, no, we're dealing with a serious situation here, people, where your children are the targets of psychopathically driven, let's just say it that way, victims. Oh, that's perfect. Yep. These are psychopathically. Let's look up another word for that because they are possessed by demons. That's for sure. But what's another way of saying that? Right? This is probably faster. Bum, 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 bum. Oh no. I'm going to plug it in. Okay. Here we go. What is another way of saying? All right, it's going to be like that. Sorry. What is another way of saying possessed by demon? Saying someone is. Possessed by a demon. A 19th century term for mental disorder in which the patient believes that they are possessed by demons or evil spirits is demonomania or cacodemonimenis. Oh, I love it. Caco. Demonomenis. Y'all be cacodemon sized. You got to find something to laugh about. I love it. They love big words. You guys got one here. It's also antithetical, right? Antithetical is like the complete opposite of like what the purpose, what they're doing is trying to like legislate antitheticism. Right. They're trying to do the opposite of what law's supposed to do in the law. That's called corruption. We prefer to use the term antithetical. Not everybody's familiar with it. Right. Under the radar. Perfect. I don't like it a lot. Antithetical. Law. Very true. Yes. The Office of the Unitary Auditory. Because while we're at it, don't you think we should try to prevent corruption? I mean, while we're talking about the fact that there is corruption, while the fact that we're talking about human trafficking, while they want to act like they care, what they're doing, see, actions versus words. Spell salads. Look, I'm all about being vegetarian. I do not want to kill an animal to eat it. I'm not that hungry. They're too cute. Okay, don't get me started. Don't even get me started. Hey, all you green, Mama said, it's all about heart chakra, right? The green energy. Let's do this. But we got to have a reason why we're telling everybody to just, because mankind's system has been running the show. He didn't want to take responsibility for that. All of a sudden he's acting like he didn't come up with all this. And that's something. That's so typical, isn't it? Typical. Us women, we know what I'm talking about. This is typical. Mankind. Oh, no. Don't you go there. This is not a discriminatory statement. Word man. Let's just see what the term or the prefix or suffix or parfix, whatever it means. Let's just go with define man. An adult male human being. You know, I'm going to go with mankind then. That's the better word. Even though I wish I could use those two parts together, man and kind. But these days I don't feel so inspired to say so. Human beings considered collectively. That's kind of a discriminatory word, don't you think? I mean, come on. You're not allowed to just make it mankind. I mean, what about whoa? Wow. What about the wow factor? Why do we just call it womankind? Oh, you wouldn't like that? You don't have the wow factor? Is that what you're trying to say? Are you trying to discriminate my gender? Are you transphobic? What's my pronoun? You don't need to know my pronoun. That's none of your business. To make it some of your business is invading my privacy. Yeah, it's discriminatory to need to know. But the fact that you want to is discriminating my gender identity. Doesn't mean you need to know what it is. It just means you are. Do you understand that? See, it's not allowed to make it illegal for me to not know your pronoun because I don't know everybody by name. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to know everybody by name. Not everybody has that ability. And plus, my brain resources, you aren't allowed to speak on how much brain resources I use to go about myself in commerce. But you're close. You're getting warmer. Be careful not to become antithetical. Yeah, it's discriminatory to try to make the wow factor not important. So mankind is the word I'm using. Don't take it so personally until you change your language, okay? We need to get some frequency measurements up in here. Truth be told. I swear to God. At least, hey, scientists, come here. No, politicians, I'm sorry. We'll send you guys the memo when we're done talking. Thank you. Guys. Wow. You guys got your measurements ready? You guys got the measurements, I'm pretty sure you do. Is it because you guys don't know how to read them? Typical shit. That's the same problem I got with the science department. These guys are not using their measurement machines properly. But they think that they do. Be careful, because they're going to throw it away just like they did with the junk DNA. What are we supposed to do? I swear to God, we never call the Pope, call the Vatican Church. Probably the Mormon leader. He's probably a sub-pope now, running the thing. The Vatican? Wow. What? They exercise of spirit? Demons up out there? Shit, I don't know what to do. Let me remind you all this is for entertainment purposes only. And by the way, I'm going to remind mankind, don't start to hate me just because I'm a so-called whatever you want to call me. What do you want to call me again? What do you feel like calling me? Who am I? Like, for example, I'm just saying, what do you think my pronoun is? How many options are there? 140. Ooh, I hope you guess it right. Otherwise, you're going to break the law. How many gender pronouns are there to choose from? No. I'm sorry. I just wanted to finish my sentence, which was, but you, what is it you think I am again? Before you start hating me for being a before you start hating me for being a don't forget that I'm already a mankind. Yeah, that's right. I definitely identify with the male son species. That's what I identify with myself as. I'm a son of God. Not delusionally. That was a joke. Proverbial freaking. Can't even use proverbial words. Hey, can somebody tell me if the comedy section has gotten deleted? Did somebody get rid of humor? What are we going to do about that, scientists? Oh, no. Do not get them started on the fundamentals of love and humor and sanity. Don't even try to, oh no, you don't go there with the frequency thing. All your hoodoo voodoo alternative, medicine, thousands of years old. We don't listen to that. We're talking strictly to our experts in the genetic science field that are curating false data, that have lots of false data curated, that's meant to confuse you, that you're not allowed to interpret, so that you can't raise that argument, okay? Why? What are you, just racist? I just watched a show, Matt Walsh. Brilliant man. Talking about how parents are losing custody for basically anything underneath the sun. Okay? If you do, you do. If you're not, if you do, they say you don't. If you don't, they say you do. And you want to know who's getting themselves caught up in these little lynching circumstances? I'm going to use your words against you, bro. Look at the definition. Don't just think you can get away with it yourself. This is lynching. This is psychological lynching. Hung, basically, right there in town square, left for dead. Okay? Who's lynched? Both myself and my child. Now, let me tell you something. Are you God? Did you create this place? Did you create me? Okay, well then who the do you think you are? And since you're all acting collectively, then you better bring the rest of the board members. Since all you're going to have to answer that question. Not you get away with it. Not you get to have an agent representative. We're talking firsthand testimony. Get up here then. Your job. It was your choice to make 250 board members. Well, and I guess you're all going to have to be available for anything that has to be answered by the board. Guess that's what you are, right? Mr. You, Mr. You, Mr. You, Mr. Private, Public-Private Partnerships. What if I have that in here? Let's take a look. There was a wonderful document I found. I was found it right when I was looking at the PPP and public-private partnership. What's it talking about? Well, it's just basically instructions to money market men or stockbroker types or hedge fund managers. What are some other terms they're using for them these days? They're otherwise known as, they're otherwise trafficking children and humans worldwide. They're human traffickers. That's also known as a pimp or a criminal or basically a demon. Okay? You want to know who I'm talking about when I say demons? You take it over about demons? Money, man. Money, 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 money. Anything you do for the money. You'll kill, you'll murder, you'll sell your own soul Just asking you a question. When it comes to raising your hand, yay or nay, are you proud of what's going on underneath your yays and nays? You're falsifying everything you're dealing with just to turn it around upside down. And if I ask you that question, this is what the demon's going to make you do. Think about your new car. Think about all those people you can drive by and feel better than. Think about that. Don't listen to her. Forget your children. It's much better to be raised by the clan of brainwashers and Marxists. They're not. Sorry, that was wrong. Those are two terms that that's being exploited out there. I don't want to use spell salads. People that are perpetrating violence against humans and all biological life. I asked the computer yesterday on this website called eLuther AI. You know how you can try to talk to artificial intelligence, which is what I found. I said, what's the percentage of accuracy in like all the decisions that have been concluded? You know, like it said 7.27%. Now I was trying to guarantee, I'm like, can you confirm that for me? But the conversation got off track or something. But it sounds about right according to my numbers. Yeah, that sounds about right. We're talking like go into science, you know, like Research Gateway. You got your uniprot.org. You got, oh my God, you got so many. Just look up genetic science, you guys. Oh my God, that'll be so much fun. Go ahead, go. No. This is gonna be great. Trust me. You won't need more than like 3 days. 3 days of solid research. All I'm saying. Okay, that's what it was like for me. But now I got an Excel spreadsheet that says it all. Look up genetic science. My first question is, the DNA is like A's, C's, G's, and T's. Well, now they also got like, what is it, Q or O or something? It's a new science. There's going to be more after they get done playing with, when they start getting questioned. No, but then pull up protein sequence, and it's got like all the other letters except for a few. What's that all about? Where are you getting the number differences? And whoa. How come I can find sentences, not sentences, but words? How come I can find words in these sequences that seem a little close to home? Like when I go into this protein, well, they changed it. You still can do it, but it's a lot more confusing than it was back a few years ago when I started looking at these uniprot blast sequences. You could type in like, Allison's my name, or I love watermelon. And you can see what pops up, and sometimes it'll be like 1, maybe it'll be none, maybe it'll be 40. And it's like all these scientific terms, and they're like percentage of like, you know, coming back, right? Some like, we got a hit, right? Oh my God. Well, I'll tell you, I looked up, I am Isaiah, which is what my guidance of my spiritual instinct told me my new pronoun is. Yeah. Well, I'll just add it to the list. I mean, I have to submit an application somewhere for my pronoun to be accepted in the world. You can be Isaiah if you want to, but that's my pronoun. Don't guess it wrong or you're going to break the law. Evil, stupid. Anyhow, you guys, it's they want that. They want us all to lose our cool. Because of their insanity, they want us all to lose our cool. That's how you see it. Watch. Get the computer to do things right. I'm just saying to the intelligence, hey, intelligence, you might want to start being intelligent and telling these guys to stop. Do not compute. No, that doesn't make sense in the whole of things. Look, we don't have to argue what is sane, men and women, ladies and gentlemen. I meant all the pronouns underneath the sun. Can you guys... No, I'm not going to put up with this. I am sick and tired of coming across literature that is so discriminatory to my pronoun. I want it all gone. Get rid of it. Anything that says ladies and gentlemen, get it out of here. No, I'm serious. Get rid of it. It's discriminatory. All this literature of history, it's got nothing but discriminatory language against my pronoun. Buttigieg knows what I'm talking about. It's like, is Buttigieg gay? Is that why he's saying the violating his marriage? I don't know. But he was talking about having the kids. What did they adopt them? Look, I'm not here to disrespect anybody. Do whatever you want to do. Don't steal my kid. Leave my child alone. Don't touch with my salvation. Don't deal with my covenant. Feel free to do what you want as long as you're an adult, not sexually or psychologically violating any child. Otherwise, those are fighting words for its mother. You understand? But mind you, I never have any physical violence. I've never touched anybody in my life. You understand what this means, proverbially speaking, Mr. Spell Salad? This means, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you trying to hurt us all? Let me stop myself. There is no asking insanity a question. Insanity is insanity. And how can I guarantee you that? Check the frequency. Don't ask me. Check the frequency. I didn't say it. The frequency did. How much you want to make a bet? Well, the only way to answer that bet is to find out what the frequency is. So go. Pull it. Prove it. Do it. Now. Go on down. Oh, but don't forget the double-blind study portion, which is one of yours and one of mine, to make sure your science is solid. You're not allowed to just show up with an expert. Well, then I guess I'm going to have to become an expert too. It's equal protection of the law. Right, left, activist, proud. Stand with me. Stand with me. So if you thought that you were going to get away with being insane and abusing the left's ideals and activisms, think again, honey. Sanity doesn't come out of insanity. You can try, but all you do is keep handing me the flags. You're going, here you go. We got another one. Thank you. Here's the flag, and it's on our side. Sanity. Yep, got it. Thank you. Another one. Every time you come up with your red flag, I take it and I turn it green. The Green New Deal. But thanks, guys, for all the hard work and efforts you guys put into getting our infrastructure started. It's going to work just fine for what we're doing. Who's we? Oh, do I have to have a name for us? Well, I mean, I guess I could say those of us that, what do you mean? What do you mean? What are we doing? I thought we were all doing the same thing. Trying to make life better for all of us, right? So what are you trying to suggest? That there's a separation? What are you talking about? Is there a problem here? I mean, did I miss something? Is there like a disagreement that I'm not aware of? What's that word? Like enmity or something like that? Are you suggesting that you and I don't get along? Like there's a disagreement here? When did that happen? Well, why didn't you let me know? What's going on? Huh? That's ridiculous. I thought you'd respect, well, I guess our common civility amongst each other as people of society, right? I'm personally offended. Buttigieg, take it away! Oh, God. I'm going to say more. Yeah, so there's groomers out there targeting women for unintended pregnancies. You see where it goes like this? Every time you try. Not going to happen, honey. Not going to happen. Not in a million years. If you're going to use your science, let the science speak for it. Oh, my God. Finally. Music to my ears. Hey, people that are all about God and Jesus, I'm on your side. Scientists, I'm on your side. Everybody, I'm on your side. Guess what? You're not going to find irrational in me. Ever. Try me. Try me now. Try me now. Because rational is rational. You're going to try your little spell salads on me. And as long as I'm capable of responding, which otherwise would be bullying, you're going to find out that your thought process is chaotic and just not complete. And when, I guess you could say that according to science, that's foul science. That's not scientifically verified. The Vatican's pulling the money back to the, what do you mean? Well, what's up with the whole, like, sovereign citizen thing? Do we belong to the Vatican? Does the Vatican want all the people to show up to the vault? Is that what he's saying? Or is he talking about, like, the groups of children that are being trafficked across the countries of the world? Does he want those ones back to the vault? Huh? Everybody, does he? That's what it feels like. It feels like everybody's just like, la 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 la. I'm not going to try to justify it. I'm not going to try to explain it. I'm just going to say everybody out there who has a conscience, still, mayday. Mayday. This is an emergency broadcast. The people and the living organisms on this planet Earth have been taken hostage, are under threat, and circumstances have become so extreme that it is in a meaning nearly impossible to overcome without the assistance of some authority anywhere. Hello, is anybody out there? If anybody's out there, mayday, mayday. This is the planet Earth in the Admiralty seas of space. We need your help. Some kind of alien foreign invader has taken over those who hold the keys to nuclear power. And we are scared shitless and have no way of protecting ourselves in any fashion, to any degree. Don't believe anything they say or any of the signs they've got posted up around our galaxy, trying to divert your thinking from them into thinking that it's a lie. They're all, no, everything's fine. Go on, go on. Don't worry about a thing. We've got it. Go on. See you later. No, don't go. Come on down now. Just give them an audit. Just say it at minimum. Just audit them. At minimum. Just do the checks and balances, honey. Can we have an audit? Can we have an investigation? Can we have some kind of representative? Bing. Here I am. Right here. Born into this flesh to see firsthand how dirty this place is. And my child, another galactic warrior, chose the toughest assignment. Who? How much you want to make a bet? Will be understood in times to come. Speaking in the foresight, far sight, is the one who, my daughter, my child being held hostage. She is, in my opinion, the bride of Christ. Now, follow me. I'm supposed to see myself in the literature that I consume, despite those words like ladies and gentlemen. So therefore, I'm supposed to see myself as like a hero in the story, just to relate to it, to kind of learn a lesson of something. She represents the Christ covenant of God. I am Theotokos, the mother of God. She's a covenant of God. She is Christ. The bride of Christ, the way that it's described in the scripture, if you look at the fundamentals of the words that was written and things like that, basically represents love. The bride of Christ is the one who is the partner, the other half of the Christ, meaning living themselves in the image of Christ, being like Christ, Christ-like, full of love. And that requires Holy Spirit to receive, meaning your mother imparting that spirit into you. The mother, the one who nature was decided can build babies. Call it what you want. I'm not, personally, if you're going to ask me more of those discriminatory racial questions, I'm going to have to ask you to cease and desist. Asking me what my motherfucking pronoun is. All I said was the uterus that builds the babies. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just referring to the uterus. I didn't have to say parthenogenesis. I didn't have to say fertilization. I didn't even have to say false uterus. You know, like vats and baby building bags. I didn't have to say nothing. I simply had to say the uterus that have built the babies. That's where you get this spirit from. You guys can put your codes into the machine and push go, but I'm not here to talk about your machines. I guess when you do it, let me know how it goes. I'm not discriminating against you. Oh, well, we can't get her that way. We can't get her for trying to be against science. No. I'm also not condoning making monsters, because if you're going to build a spirit, you can't just subject it to torture. So if you plan on putting one plus this plus that, you better be planning on treating it with the utmost, like in a fiduciary way, the utmost respect as a living organism, right? Isn't that what your science already says to do? Isn't that what your legislation already says to do? Well, then why are you guys keeping them in cages? In other words, don't put this with that unless you're prepared to love it like it's your own child, scientist. How many children do you have, scientist? None, because you're always at the lab. Well, you better believe you do. If you're going to create life, you better start calling yourself a mother. That's not a pronoun. That's a title. Right? Damn it, we did it again with those spell salads. The Otokos. Call yourself an Otokos. The OTO. Wink, wink. All you sun worshippers, listen up. Ra, Ka, Egypt, Israel. We all need something to do that makes sense. If everybody's so pro whatever it is, this language thing has done us wrong. Can we agree on that? Hey, ask the artificial intelligence. Out of 71 languages, how much misunderstandings does that lead to in general? Inherently lead to in general. Come on, baby. And how language can cause misunderstanding, right? How often? Perfect. Perfect. I like it a lot. Hey, you guys, is it going to become a law anytime soon where we need to be able to know all 141 pronouns in all other languages too? Come on, let's make that a requirement. That way we can get them all. Yeah, just make checkpoints. All right, recite all the pronouns in all the languages. Go. Make them do it backwards. Yeah, do it backwards. You know, alphabetized from Z to A. Go. Can we make a new pronoun for asshole? That's what you are. I'll gladly, proverbially punch you in public with the stating it. You're an asshole. All right, you're coming with me. For using your mouth. Okay? Well, then you're coming with me for using your dirty little hands. For using your vessel to commit evil. You better believe every time you're going to try to charge me, I got 100 more where that came from for you. You guys don't even know how big of a red, fat reindeer nose you guys have. Trying to lead Mr. Santa Claus, Mr. Dirty Dirty. You all want us to tell our children lies and delusions since the beginning so that we normalize that weird, crazy, creepy stuff. He knows when you've been sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Well then, shall we tell you, be good for goodness sake. Is that a law? Did you break? You are not good for goodness sake. Well, what is good? You're going to do that next. Oh, so pretty much all words are going to get canceled. Get it? So just check the frequency. Oh, that statistic of how often they are wrong. Just look at the science data, you guys. How often they're wrong. It's almost all the time. Well, it's the way of looking at that information, which they really try to reconfigure mentally. They want to perceive it more like scientific study. You know, the art of making hypotheses in the dark and finding something in the dark. Anything. It's cold. It's fuzzy. It's a puppy. No, honey, it's not moving. Oh, no. It's, and these guys are over here still guessing what they think it is when I'm like, hey, why don't you turn on the lights and open your eyeballs? I'm just saying, maybe I'm going to get the contract because I'm all, well, now, while these guys are making hypotheses and blind stabs in the dark and making and reporting their expert observations while having their eyes closed, my contract offers you the same, with the exception of we also use lights and we open our eyes before we make observations. Which contract provider do you want to choose, huh? By the way, I tell you this much. Whatever they offer you, I give you 20% off. Why don't you ask the artificial intelligence what it thinks as far as accuracy goes? Why don't we just consult the frequencies? Doesn't your blast sequence already do that? Let's try an example. UNITY, uniprot.org. Pardon me, thank you. Pardon me, and thank you. So find your protein, okay? I already know what mine's called. It's called ALIREF. 214 patents. Intellectual property thieving. They like to curate false data, even though it might possibly be partially true, because they don't know how to know what they don't know, and that's why they smell like poo. Well, or their statistics are equivalent to poo. That's more scientifically accurate, right? It's true. You know, like 8%, if I got 8% right on a test, right, because there's usually like 50 questions and like 2 points a question. It's usually not 100 questions. 8% is worse than an F. You can't get an 8%. You can't. It's so, you wrote your name correct. They're all, yeah, that's about the, that's our high school standard. Competency is standard, yeah. They're like, oh, that's tits. It's exactly where we want it. You know, we don't want them smart enough to do nothing. We just want them to know to write their name. Sign your name right there. That's all we need to see you do is sign your name on the dot. Don't read nothing. Just click there, terms and conditions. I accept those terms and conditions. Well, if you want to make a phone call, you don't have time to read that or send it to your attorney, then just click the box. It's easy as fuck. Right? Like, just get a new identity, just get a new identity card. Like, when I look at the DOJ website, when I look at any of the websites for that matter, the securities website, the Federal Registrar website, you know what I'm saying, the legislation websites, my God, We are going to show you how bad your numbers are. But guess what? If you want to meet with me in private before you guys look like idiots, you might want to do that properly. You understand? Properly. So that I can consult with you and show you how bad your numbers look. And just like everybody else knows in the industry, you're going to want to get that little edge with my elbow. Hey, psst. Just in case you didn't want to go out looking like a total motherfucking idiot. Listen, I can show you what you're doing wrong. I can show you how you can come up looking like the good guy. You're just going to have to follow my lead. You're going to have to come up with the idea yourself. You're going to have to make it look like you come up with the idea yourself. But if you want to save face, you can listen to me. Otherwise, don't ask me when shit comes down. I'm not the one in charge. But I do have eyes to see. Do you? Are you guys, they all taken over by demons? What the hell going on down here? What the hell going on down here? Humor. Find some. Buy some if you can. Ooh, that's another thing I should put on my list. Let's make a humor kit. Well, if you've already lost your sense of humor, here's how to get one back. Well, it's $99.95 every 3 months, so it's not that big of a deal. But today, you can get 45% off. Yeah. Just automate it and forget it. Wait, what is it? There's a it's like something and forget it. It's like this in the payment rail industry. Yeah, there's a lot going on, people. There's a lot going on. The news will suck your soul right out of you. Don't do it. But don't go down looking like some. Don't let them do it. I'm not saying it's easy to not let them do it. Look, my kid's been kidnapped. It's been over 5 years. They've basically almost murdered me. Too many times to count. Well, actually, I could count them. I'm just saying too many times to recount. Right here, right now. No need to. But I could. Oh, but I will. Not saying it's easy. I'm saying, I know. Trust me, man. Emergency. Just push that on repeat. Send that emergency broadcast somehow, some way, because I can't actually do it. But I guess at minimum, I'm going to do it right here, right now. You can too. Rise with me. Rise with me. Teotokos. Theotokos. For the Christos. Now. I don't say nothing. I simply say, you can't use words around these people. They just don't like it. Fine. Then get the frequency. Let's consult the water. Marvelous. Brilliant, actually. Brilliant, actually. I don't know. My instincts said to myself, don't you think she might have gone to the hospital and somebody accidentally smothered her? I'm just saying it seems like the Vatican's on point for the end of the month. Well, you know how those ceremonies go when somebody turns into a King. Those things can take a little while, so they really needed to get it, a 2/3 start. It's not right at the beginning of the month. It wasn't right around the same time that the Vatican mentioned it. It was just kind of similarly close to the Russian thing. They all get their own week. They need time for their headlines to go around. That's what I thought. That's what my instincts said. Why? Because, well, it's that mankind thing again. They're just like bloodthirsty, militant, prepubescent, like they're like pubescent, like foreign alien possessed. What was that word? What was that word? Oh, take it away. I took it away. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, here we go. Coco demonomanized. Menace. Coco demonomanus. Menace. Amanize. It's like amanize. Anise. I didn't really ever put those, because I didn't need to, and I wasn't trying to. But that's funny. Hey. Don't talk to me about prefixes and suffixes. English language has been around for a little while. Let's go back to that blast sequence, right? Ooh, let's just have some fun with this one. So it's got this section, right? You go to blast, uniprot.org/blast, B-L-A-S-T, and it appears from my research. Started about the 2019 for this, okie dokie, and it appears that they put a blast sequence every 2 months. Every 2 months, they get update, okay? So I don't know where we talk to or what a machine to pull this from. But apparently there's a database of previously pulled the sequence up to every 2 months or something, probably from a flash blast of your computer or telephone. So to get your signature and sequence, and then they try to pretend they don't know who you are, but they do try to know who you are. And they take the poop sample so they can get the biophage, the bacteriophage, the spike protein, whatever you want to call it. And so we're just going to talk to this database and see what it's got, just in case there's anything interesting that shows up. What shall we say? Sometimes I like to think about like asking it questions like an oracle. Like, is it giving us information? We don't know. They're not investigating this. Pretty sure anybody with a brain that's involved in this information can't avoid seeing this area of science and investigation. It's like, how do I say this? These are investigators we're talking to. And they don't seem to know their field of study. Well, it's one of those concerns that we need to look into. It's a fact we need to validate. Check. Verify? Whatever the words are. You know what I'm saying. So I know that it's talking about the sequences that have come in, but what if it's giving us information to look like it's what if? Where's this information coming from? Are signatures transferred into a language sequence, letters that are, I don't know. I keep trying to find the information, but it's too hard to find the information. And when it comes down to my priorities, then it takes a certain position in the priority list, and it's not at the top, but certainly is of high importance. If I could assign somebody, I'd say, go, get back to us. Thank you. Thank you. Do report on what you find in totality. Don't leave anything out. Not a nuance. Not a nuance. Do not leave a nuance out. We're going to find them that way. We're going to go, look, isn't it interesting how your guys don't note any of those nuances that are really important to note? Well, then maybe you shouldn't be coming up with answers to those little categories. You got way too many categories that honestly are empty. Empty. Just do it. What is it? TV? It's like, I see. Is and virus like database. It's like TV. Look at the list of the names of the viruses. The whole thing from realm all the way down to like species and things and like that. Other than that, see how much they got filled in. They're like, damn it, we've got to do that yesterday, and they will. And by the time you get there, it'll probably filled in. And even if it is, which I guarantee it couldn't, they just don't seem to give a fuck about their own classifications. They're starting with the bottom. That doesn't mean that. I mean, they don't even have the guts to identify the realm. Other than, what is it, Robo? We're robots, by the way. Did you know that? We're classified as robots. Robo, yeah, my computer, if it only could handle it, because I've got way too much data in there, I'd open up my list and tell you what the name is. We can do that. Damn it. Threats. What is the... Does the virus classification system call the highest realm? Wait, is it kingdom? It's kingdom. The ICTV. I was right. Go ahead. Go ahead and tell us. Interesting. And it was, what are viruses? Why are viruses not in the 5 kingdoms? Viruses? Oh, doesn't have any cells, they say. Doesn't have any cells. What doesn't have any cells? Are they trying to say that viruses are mental? It doesn't have any cells. Virus characteristics don't match with any of the kingdoms in the 3-domain classification system. So, viruses are not included in this classification. Viruses cannot perform any metabolic function, and they don't have any organelle, and they cannot respire, meaning it's not alive. Doesn't respire, huh? Does it photosynthesize? Lord, save us now. Come on down and hand me the keys, babe. We're gonna get this place back on sanity. Right? Come on and wake up and drink your coffee if you got to. Right? Just one thing after another. There's just too many situations. Do viruses photosynthesize? I mean, well, then where do you categorize them? That's in a category of on a need-to-know basis. It's only an area allowed to be discussed by experts, lest you be a blaspheme. Wait, what's the other one? The other one, it's a... I don't care about finding it out, but they could like kill you over it. Like if you like said something against like God or something in that area, time or whatever. Just like plants, they conduct photosynthesis. Is that right? Viruses support photosynthesis in bacteria. Okay. Every time, guys. Every time. Where, dear God, is the quality control department? Please just tell me. Please just don't make me speak to anybody else other than the manager in the quality control department. Please. The head of due diligence. Please. Just anybody with analysis is in their job title. Pretty please. I'm a little bit of a homo sapien. Wait, sapiosexual? I'm a sapiosexual. Intelligence really turns me on. Not sexually, mentally. That's a form of photosynthesis. Well, is photosynthesis protected? Oh, yeah, viruses support photosynthesis. Isn't photosynthesis the process of respiring in plant life? Wouldn't it be accurate to suggest then that these viruses that affect our metabolically functioning system is the form of spirit, possibly in the form of flesh? Couldn't you say something like that? My light, my mind's eye is my ability to photosynthesize, like my eyeball's ability to see. Could you imagine losing your eyesight? What was it? Quintessential was known to cause permanent retinal damage. That's interesting. Because didn't we enter the light belt sometime? Aren't we entering the light belt? Science, you got like the astrological, the ones with the cameras going out there in space. They got lots of them. Yeah, that's them. The light belt. Well, they take some frequencies. I'm sure they got the signatures. Yeah, into the light belt, which would mean that we're kind of receiving more information, right? Like that, like the Earth works like a fax transmittal when it gets a crop circle, for example. Just geometry. If you're confused, just have me speak to your astrophysicists. You can't get anywhere around here unless you talk to an expert. Am I right or am I wrong? Back to. So anyhow, the same way that information is like geometrical in nature. If you have any questions, talk to your astrophysicists. And so then if our eyesight was to start going or something like that, just from taking some kind of chemical or like, something they don't know all the way about, which I'd love to know anything that they think they know all the way about. Anybody Do they know anything all the way about anything? I can't think of anything all the way. I mean, is there even a fact checker available for that? How would we fact check that? Guess you'd have to ask God. Or the conscience. Photosynthesis again. That's something. Respiration of the mind. Photosynthesis. The Green New Deal, dear. I'm so glad you guys got that started. Hey, Ocasio-Cortez, or whatever we call it. Okay, do your thing. You're not going to hear it from me, but every time you raise a flag, just understand what due diligence is going to do. It's going to say how much time and effort and resources are being placed and put into those efforts. Understand that you're going to be applied a certain score for having the platform to speak to humanity, for having the platform for being able to speak to other politicians and other world governments, for having the platform to control the media, and where our money and resources go. Just understand that comes with a score. So the difference between you and me having something to say is 100% different. Matter of fact, you're not even getting to your personality that I'm familiar with, all of you. Your copyright, trademark name, acting job, the name of your character. You're not even allowed to be whoever you are in the private. You're a speak box, a representative. So I already know that those aren't your opinions. I'm not even talking to you. I'm talking to your character. The difference between is I don't have a character. Do you want me to get one? Do I need one to get on this conversation? Right? Because they're making decisions that affect us, people, the individuals, not characters, right? Living people on the land or whatever they're follow. So we're going to have to assign a score to what your time and effort and resources that are being put towards your goals are. And we're going to weigh that against the validity of this other list that nobody wants to acknowledge, but is there and shall be considered in the due diligence because that's a thorough job. Where these resources and effort and time could be put instead, or in other words. Spell salad, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, spells. We love spells. Right, okay. Well, so then what kind of spell are you casting? Right. All right already. Right? Answer the goddamn question. They're like, can I get back to you? I've got to get my attorney's apparently in the court, so I have to get back to you later on. Right. Send me the memo. You guys follow me? I hope so. This is not a joke. What I'm dealing with my child is not a joke. What countless people on the face of this earth, I don't even want to say, don't even, right here, I love it. I love being my own squad. I don't even want to use the word people anymore because I'm talking about all forms of life. All forms of life are under absolute sabotage. And I don't want to talk about it. I'm not playing their games. All we need to do is build a thing that gets the frequencies like a Richter scale, but a Geiger. You're radioactive. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? Put my mask on. Run from them. Run from them. Ah! Ah! Doesn't that speak for itself? That's how it feels. But it's more like, ah! Give me my baby back. That's what it's like. You won't know until it's you. Self-righteous jerks out there trying to be like, oh yeah? I can't wait to put you in front of the town square so that you can show everybody how big of an asshole you are. That's your classification. Demon-possessed asshole. Oh, sorry, didn't want to fall into your little mental categories. No, I'm your Coco Demon Manus. Cessation. Zizzification. Demonomanification. It's not funny. It's just hilarious. So they're cowards. The people that have power, I mean, the vessels that hold the keys to the nuclear power. Nuclear in all your terms. We already know what you know. I already know what you think nuclear means. It means somebody like her talking out loud about this type of really racist points of views. Racist? I'm sure that you couldn't. Go ahead and call me anything you want to call me. Because I'm just like you guys. You guys are like really pushing it. You guys are like, God, come and stop me from murdering them. That's how balls to the wall you guys are. Well, then I'm balls to the wall too, going, oh yeah? God, God, did you hear them? Come on down and show them who's boss. Because it's true. Mayday. Anybody, if there's anybody out there, hello, hello. Turn on the radio signal. Give me some copper. No, not some tinfoil. Copper. Guys, this technology. Look, whoever's in charge is a straight bottom feeder. Doesn't think highly about itself enough to want to get out of the mud. Poor thing. Oh, somebody ought to help that thing. Yeah, it doesn't know that it can get out of the mud and take a shower and put on some clean clothes. Poor thing doesn't know it smells horrible. It's used to it. Somebody love that thing. Come here, kitty cat. I'm going to do it. Come here, baby. Come over here. I love you, sweetie pie. It's going to be okay. I'm going to come here. It's going to feel so good. Let's put our little toes in this warm water. And it feels soft. Doesn't it feel nice and good? I'm going to come up with a creative way of getting you out of that mud and into the bath. For fun. While we're at it. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? You know you have an option? Just in case. Just like all these children that suffer for not being safe at home because their parents don't want to acknowledge their pronoun. The parents don't want to know that they have options. You want to keep that thing from having an option? That's discrimination. That's racist. That's what? That's violence. That's bullying. That's the problem with this world. That's anti-American. I'm just saying, hey, I didn't come up with the rules. I'm just playing by the ones you keep setting for us. At some point, you're going to have to realize that you don't make any sense. Now, we just need to question their numbers. Hey, we're just following the science. Right? Oh, no. No, sweetheart. Don't start jumping to conclusions. You're going to start acting like you're outside of your field of study. You wouldn't want to press your oath in the wrong direction, would you? Have to get uncertified or something? Yeah, no, be careful. You know, I don't jump to any conclusions until I have valid science to back it up. Why? How do you go about making your determinations? Rubber stamping it, huh? Yeah, well, you might get away with it for a little bit, but eventually it's all going to fall. It's all going to come down on your head. Yeah, that never lasts for very long, but you're probably new to the expert thing or science. You'll find that out eventually, kiddo. I understand. Amino Tokos. OTO KOs. The Otoko. Otokeo. Yep. Ooh. I wonder how the Christian world is handling having to face the truth that it's inherently discriminatory and racist. What? What am I talking about? Oh, well, the whole thing like Jesus is the Son of God. Really? How do you know that's what they meant when they wrote son? Like a boat is a she. You know, we call boats she's, but am I not allowed to consider my boat a he? Or a binary for that matter? Thank you. Don't step on my freaking pronoun, all right? Hey, and you know what? When they were talking about that stuff in the Revelation, about the mark of the beast, it's like something that's on your forehead or something that's on your like hand. And it's the name of, it says the name of your like ancestor and like something else. It's like 2 names or something. That's what you're supposed to have on your forehead. That's what they're trying to do, you guys. They're trying to get rid of our names and, oh, I get it, and replace them with pronouns. So we're easier to classify. Those ones over there, those ones, well, because it's a lot easier to do 140 or even freaking 1,000 instead of individual, right? 7.5 billion compared to what? You guys could go all the way up to like 1 million. You'd still be nowhere close to 7.5 billion individuals that we'd have to respect the rights of. These guys that just want to get back to vacation, is that what it is? That we're going to take those keys from you, is what it is. Didn't it say something like that in the Bible? I don't know. I'm just talking about the literature. I'm not saying it's valid. Do you guys have a fact checking? Have you done your fact checking with your concordance? I'm just saying I don't think it did. Because I already know that there's a whole lot of things you could have to redact or change or add or replace. I mean, or provide back, you know, etc. And nonetheless, it's not the only one. So we're going to have to do an evaluation of all of them. Do we have time to do that? I didn't think so. So I'm just saying. But you guys talk about that book a lot of the thing. So I'm going to say, isn't it in that thing too? It says that this is what's going to go on at the end. And that it's going to be the bad guy. The ones that are doing the things that you guys are doing. And that God's going to come down to stop your shit. Okay. Well, then don't blame me for coming up with the possibility of it maybe going down like that. Maybe your shit stinks. And maybe you need to get schooled. And maybe that was always written in the prophecies. And maybe God's going to come here to school your asses. And maybe God's got to use vessels of this sort to put you in your place because they've got to speak the words to your legs, to your minds, to a human thing. This Holy Spirit speaks through the wind. Yeah, you're going to have to hear it for yourself. Yeah, that your shit stinks and you're fired. So hand over the case. Perfect timing, Vatican. Pulling back that money because you guys are just going to cash out. All right, that's fine. Do what you got to do before you hand them over. Just hand them over. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. That's what I got to say for this morning. Don't fail to use your brain, ladies and whoop. I meant pronouners and pronounees. Now, a person, place, or thing. You know, it's the best classification for you. Protect your children. Protect your mind. Protect your humor. Protect your love. Protect rationality. Protect the truth. Don't just be complacent. My situation could be you next. You can't expect to watch the news and learn anything about anything. All that you will learn is you'll get a big fat dose of a pill with a dry mouth of my hair's messed up. All you get is a big fat dose of obvious. They're like war monsters ready to like pull their trigger. Gross. Is there a pronoun for that? Alexandria. I might be up against a wall with a cartel surrounded and the authorities just waiting, drooling to see me walk into their web which is why I sit here and pray and meditate and manifest and seek knowledge. And the habeas corpus is coming to get you before the magistrate so Mr. Perpetrator can answer for his crimes. What's done is done, son. Oh, don't call him that. There's no way of knowing if that's his pronoun. Oh, don't. Don't call Jesus the Son of God. That's not very racially tolerant. We don't really appreciate intolerance. We'd appreciate it if you wouldn't call Jesus the Son of God. And Alec, you could very well be going through a transgender situation. You need your mother, no matter what you're going through. I'll have a whole lot of questions to ask if you are, because I already know how psychology works, but I'm not going to be there for you any different than someone who loves you, encourages you, supports you in your endeavors, allows you to know how to know how to know. I teach you how to discern because I'm preparing you for the world that you're going to have at your own fingertips here in just a minute. I'm not trying to teach you how to think. I'm teaching you how to know how to think. And if that's what you want, then fuck yeah. I got no problems with nobody, as long as nobody's trying to steal my baby from me. And you'll know what I'm talking about one day when you have a baby, because you've got a uterus and you can use it. Hopefully not ahead of time. But what's done is done. There is no controversy, sir. There's no controversy. There's only actions. You're quite familiar with them. You're quite crafty when it comes to lies, false, evil, torture. You're a bad seed, sir. And I'm allowed to say that. Ask any other victim of murder. Most of them ain't around to speak for themselves. Maybe that's why it's missing. Well, then speak to the living dead. I'm coming for Alexandria with the authorities. You're under citizen's arrest. You and the rest of your cartel worldwide. Your day has come. Time is up. I will not allow you to lynch me. Because I'm a person of rational thinking, of peace, of love, of kindness, someone that thinks for each and every living thing. There's enough beauty and abundance because life regenerates itself. So if you don't have a vibrant garden, it's because you don't give a fuck about what you're planting. There's no excuse for having empty land. Not the way seeds work. Not the way regeneration works. Don't you know how to look around yourself to observe things? They're not observing nature, remember? They're not observing nature. They're observing false code. So they don't know what they're observing? They don't. Oh, God, this whole... Mayday! Mayday! Is this thing working? Come on now. Rise with me. Mothers, the Otokos, those who are pro-rational, pro-sanity, pro-first-hand testimony, no agents, no actors, no boards. Oxum's razor. If it starts to sound a little complicated, take a look at their laws. Just look at their website. They love websites because they can just pack it all in and you'll never figure out everything that's there. If it starts to look complicated, it's probably because it is. Or The simplest way of looking about it is usually the right way of looking at it. It's really simple. When you're trying to make it all complicated, it's because you're hiding something or up to no good. Are you a victim? Are you a victim of demon possession? You can get help. Are you addicted to money and power? Are you a coercive, controlling person who seeks to take the control over somebody, over other living things? You can get help. And hate crimes. And hate. Well, I guess that would have to start with the money game. The competition game. The one that causes people to suffer. It's rigged. We're going to take away the money game. We're going to give everybody the abundance. And everybody who thinks they're in the top positions, good for you. Do you want a trophy? Because the game is over. The old game, Monopoly, it's got to come to an end, buddy. Well done. Now pass it all in. What did you think you were going to get? The keys to the universe? Narcissist, right? Typical narcissist. Use your minds, ladies. Use your minds, pronouns and pronounees. That's so ridiculous. Do something creative today. Look at some of those languages in the writing. It's beautiful. By the way, you want to find the word of God? Look at the sky. The sky's coming alive because we've invented the light belt. Just look at the frequencies. The frequencies. And it's God. And to God that I witness before. I am beaming my heart. All my 7 chakras like a rainbow. My rainbow's looking for my pot of gold, and that's Alexandria. Bring me there, baby. Bring me there. Just like the Egyptian hieroglyphs show the star underneath the rainbow. Just like God's covenant spoken to Noah. Love reigns. This is the force that creates everything in the universe. I'm a representative of that. And as someone that speaks from love, unity, healing, health. Rise with me. What's that? Love. Now. Mayday. Do-do-do-do-do-do. SOS. Emergency. Mayday. Sending it out to the admiral, captains of any ship on any sea. Mayday. Ship going down. We need rescue. Yesterday. Keep this line clear until this threat and danger has been resolved. Over. For love. For the Otokos. For the Christos. Call it what you will. Rise with me. Rise for your children.